Hello everyone, greetings of the day. Welcome you all for the 10th video of learning Swift programming language. So these are the topics that we have covered in the video 1 to video 4. The topics covered in video 5 to 8 and in video 9. Let's move towards the today's topic. As of now, we have been working with Xcode Playground. Now we are moving to create the new projects. Hereafter we will be working on projects in Xcode. Downloading the Xcode from App Store. Here we can type the Xcode and we can see that I have already downloaded the Xcode. This is the new version of Xcode I have downloaded 15.0.1. When we open the Xcode, we will see like this. From here we can create the new project. If there is an existing project we are having, we can open from here. These are the segments of the recent projects what we have opened. If we have any Xcode project that we have cloned from the Git repository, by clicking here we can paste the link and we can clone it. If we want to open Playground, we can click on File, New, and here we can click on Playground, or else we can click the project from here as well. If we click on the project, it will ask us to choose a template. Here there are multiple platforms are there like iOS, macOS, watchOS, like that. Now we are seeing on the iOS application is app. By clicking this we can go for next. Here we need to provide the product name. So this is the project name that we were providing. Team, as of now we can keep the team as none, while we need to change for the app to a physical device or that at the time of launching we can provide the team name. This organization identifier is the reverse of if we have any domain, that is if we have any website or web address, we can provide that in the reverse. If we doesn't have any, we can just provide it as an example here. This bundle identifier is the unique for your application, that is it will take from the organization identifier as well as the product name that we have provided. So like this it will take, if we have taken as example 1 or something, so the bundle identifier will be taken from the organization identifier and the product name. This need to be unique. If somebody already used this the same com.example1.new project, then we cannot able to use this bundle identifier. So this need to be unique. So that's why most of all we'll be using our website itself as the organization identifier in the reverse order, and then the product name for our project. And we need to make sure that the interface need to be storyboard, not Swift UA. Regarding the Swift UA we'll be learning later. Now we are going to learn about this storyboard, and the language need to be Swift, and then the storage need to be none as of now. After this we can click on the next. Here it will ask where we want to store. I have created a folder called test project in the desktop, and there I'm storing it. I just want to click on create. Then a new project will be created here. I will not recommend to go for full screen because it will restrict the access to this menu items if we go for full screen, so that we can extend the Xcode up to the maximum level we can use. So this is the landing screen that we are reaching. In the general section we can see initially the minimum deployment. So this is the minimum deployment that we are suggesting for this application. From here we can use, so that we can keep it as a minimum, so that because maybe most of all won't be updated to 17, maybe 16 or 16.5 like this. So we'll be keeping it as a, for safety, with by 13 or 12 we can keep it as minimum deployment. And then here is the version we can see. As is a new application we are going with the 1.0. This is the phone orientation. Most of the applications will be in the portrait mode. If we want some the gaming kind of application that need to be in landscape, so we can go the required things we can check from here. If we are going for the iPad application, we can check from here as well. Most of the cases here you can leave as default itself, because in these pages we won't touch anything for the initial projects and all. The beauty of Xcode is what all changes we are making, it will get automatically stored. So when we open the project, first of all it's working or not, we can run it and check. So here we can see the play button. So this is the play button, we can run our project. The simulator we can select from here, in which simulator we need to run the device. Here I have selected the 15. So if we want more run destinations, we can select from here. If I click on the play button, we can see our simulator pops up and showing a blank screen. We have not yet designed anything into our application. So this is the output of our application that we are running on the simulator iPhone 15 Pro. Then we can stop our application from here. If we want to know where our project has been located, from this new project we can right click and click on show in Finder. This will take us to the location where we have saved. See, in the desktop, inside the new project, we have stored this project. If we quit the project and we need to reopen, means we can click on this new project.xcode proj. When we double click on this, we will reach our project here. These are the default files that provided from the Swift itself. I will explain about this one by one. These are the Swift files that where we can code, and here this is the storyboard file that we can design our application. Every screen of our application can be designed individually from here. See, for example, this is one screen of our application. Here, if we want to add anything, from the plus button here, that is show library, we can click and add whatever the objects we have required. If we want the label, we can just drag and drop it. As well as if we want some buttons, we can drag and drop here. So like this, what all the required for our screen, we can get it from this show library button. See here, I have added 3 views in order to explain about the layers. This screen is working on the base of layers. That is, whatever objects like label, button, and these views I have added from here. This view I have added here. Okay, and then I have provided a color. So whatever the views or buttons or labels, whatever we have added, it will be act as a layer. See, I have added this blue, red, and green. If I take this red on the above, it will go this way. That is, everything you added, it will be add upon the other as a layer thing. So that is how the screen works. So we need to make sure on the where the background need to be, above that we need to keep the button. Otherwise it will go inside the background and we don't see the button while we run. And here is the place where we'll do our code. When we click on the settings, that is from the Xcode, we can go for the settings here. Here we can able to change the themes we have required. So whatever the themes we need, we can go. I have selected the dusk here, and from the general section we can change the appearance from dark to light if needed. So I mostly prefer on the dark theme, so I'll be go with the dark. If you want light, you can go from here as well. If we use shortcut keys while coding, it will be more easier for us to work on. So in that case, we can find all the shortcut keys from here. As we have before this, we have seen the themes in general. Here in key bindings, we have provided the shortcut keys. Here we can even customize as well. If this you want to have your own keys, that also you can provide it. But it will be better to use the default key, so it will be generalized. Whenever we use, it will be a general thing. So you don't want to touch the general default shortcut keys they have provided from the Swift. Now let us understand about the options available. See, the top portion we are calling as status bar. Here we can run the project and we can select the simulator here, and while running what all the status thing we can show here. And then this is the show library button, and then on the left side we are having the navigator pane. Here we can navigate to the project settings page, as well as to the storyboard page, as well as to the code page. We can navigate from here. So this is the navigator pane. If we want to hide this, we can click on this, we can hide this, so we'll getting more space to code. And on the right hand side we are having the inspector pane. Here we can see the name of this zip file. If we want to change the name of the zip file, we can change, and for which project this has been targeted, all we can see from here. And then we have the debug pane. This debug pane will work when we run the code, and if there is any error spotted while running, we'll be getting the errors here, and we can make so many print statements into our code so that we can identify where the exactly the error has been found, and we can debug it easily. If we want to minimize these panes, we can, by clicking these, we can minimize this. When we move to the storyboard, we can see that one more additional pane here. This is the document outline. This shows an outline of what are the components we are having in this design file. And when we click on the right side inspector pane, we can see that the attribute inspector. Here we can change the font or the alignment, all the things we can change from here. See, I have changed the color of these views from here. See, for this red color I have picked from here. What are the colors we can change from here? As well as for this button, if we want to change the button background, or if we want to change the button text, whatever the things we can do from this attribute inspector. And then the next we have the size inspector here. This size inspector will provide the width and height as well as the x and y components, that is 150 pixel from x, as well as the on the y side we have 251 pixel. Like this we have provided the size attribute from this. The other tabs I'll be explaining on the coming projects. Here also we have explained only this one, project navigator tab, and the other tabs we can explain in the future projects. As summary, I'm showing this image for the understanding of the screens and the panes we have. This image I have got from the library. On the left side we are having the navigation pane, top status bar, right side inspector pane, and in the storyboard we have document outline and interface builder, and in the code editor, this is the code editor. While running we will get the debug pane. Whenever we open the Xcode project, we will be landing up with this project setting page. So these are the things you need to understand basically about Xcode. We are wrapping the session for today. Thank you.